Prediction is projection. Hello, I'm Ranjan Kumar, founder Mysticfusion International and authentic self-leadership coach. Well, there are a number of times when you might have said that I knew this is going to happen. I felt that this is going to happen. I had a premonition that this is going to happen. And there are a number of times they happen, they do happen. And your premonition comes true. And you feel vindicated and you say that, see, I said that this is going to happen and this happened. So, most of the times, 90% of the times when you say that I knew this is going to happen, you feel that you had an intuition about it, but there is another way of looking at it, and that is that what if you were actually projecting it? And in most cases, I felt that we actually project what we feel is a premonition. And no, where does this projection come from? You expect that something is going to happen based upon that intuitional feeling that comes from that experience that you had, or that knowledge that you had, or that piece of information that you had, which you bank upon, or your mind banks upon, to draw that intuition or that gut feeling, which results into your premonition, and which then in most cases does transpire or does become true. And you feel that you actually had a feeling which came from nowhere, and your feeling has come true. Well, I don't deny the existence of premonition. In fact, I'm very much in favor of somebody getting a gut feeling and then it turning into real. But there is another way of looking at it also, and that is that in most cases, in 90% of the situations, it is not actually your premonition out of nowhere, or it's not in truth the actual intuitional feeling which comes from nowhere, but this actually comes from the limited knowledge that you have, or the limited piece of information that you have about what you are thinking about. And believe you me, in most cases, it is we who project what's going to happen, and then our mind gets into that work. Our subconscious mind gets into that work of turning it real. And this is where we ignore the faculty called as subconscious mind. And we do know that the subconscious mind is there, and we do know that the job of subconscious mind is to solidify information, and is to create create the material form, or to create, it's simple, or to turn your thought into a form. And that form could be a circumstance, that form could be a relationship, that form could be your financial transaction, or that form could be anything that you experience materially and physically outside. But it doesn't always mean that there is no role that you play in it. And this is where we are playing very ignorant and very innocent, thinking that it's all that the universe is doing, and that there is no role that you are actually playing. This is absolutely false, because in most cases we play a significant role in drawing that which we have actually conceived in our mind. And how do we draw that? By thinking about something, and by then expressing it, and by then talking about it, and then by gathering more information about it, banking upon our curiosity. And then we say that, I feel that this is going to happen. I knew that this is going to happen. And these are the first things that you speak either before the incident or after the incident. And when you start feeling that premonition, you start expecting it to turn real, because there is in a remotest corner of your mind, you're also wanting to prove it real. You're also wanting to vindicate your claim right, and you're also wanting to prove that I am very good at acknowledging my gut feeling, or I'm very good at acknowledging my premonitions and the feelings, my gut feeling. So you want to come out true. You want to tell your friends that you want to speak to your relations, and then you want to tell them that, see how good I am at at guessing things about future. But let me tell you something most important here. The most important factor is that future in itself is all about possibility. I'm sure you will agree with me that there is no one determined way or one decided way that this is exactly how future has to unfold, and this is exactly why most astrologers go wrong, and this is exactly why even most clairvoyants have gone wrong. And in fact, they might have predicted a number of things that this is going to happen. I'm not speaking about Nostradamus here, because I don't know much about the predictions made by Nostradamus. I'm speaking from a layman's perspective. I'm speaking from a very common man's perspective about expecting something, and then the expectation coming true, and then you claiming or I claiming that I knew this is going to happen. So when you say that, I knew exactly this is going to happen, and it has come true, I want you to understand one thing about it, that you are actually speaking about a possibility, not the exact future. You are actually speaking about a possibility. Now, if you ask me how many possibilities are there, or how many forms the possibility could materialize into for any incident or event, I would tell you that it could be infinite. There could be infinite ways of a possibility turning real. Now, you and I cannot make that exact prediction unless we had the knowledge of the future, and unless you had this ability to travel in time, which I do not have and I don't claim to have. So I'm sure, unless you have this ability, probably you are going to agree with me that a possibility is always preceded by a probability, and this is exactly where your mind starts identifying probabilities about a certain event. How do you do that? By expressing your curiosity, by feeding your curiosity through your desire of seeking information, and calculating, making your calculated guess, and that's how you start feeding the process of building a premonition. And based on the information that you are feeding about the probabilities, you come very closer to making the right guess of a possibility. But in doing so, if you go a little deeper, you will understand that probably you are playing that key role in materializing that possibility which you want to turn it real, because of your subconscious desire to come true and to stand vindicated that my guess is right. And this is coming from your ego. And your ego wants to be right always. Your ego wants to make a right guess, and your ego wants to claim that my guess is right, and my premonition is right, and that my gut feel is right. So probably this is a walk on a razor's edge, and this is probably, I don't say that there is a clear differentiation in saying that this is a premonition and this is a prediction. But I would like to remind you of the fact that not all premonitions are true premonitions in their original sense, and probably you're actually playing the secret game of turning those expectations real, and then claiming that I felt that it's going to happen, and I knew that this is going to happen. And this might happen in a relationship. This might happen about your career. This might happen about your finance. This can happen about the success of your organization. This could happen about anything that you right now are feeding because of through the help of your curiosity, through the help of your information that you're soaking in, and through many such things which actually you are working upon seriously and subconsciously to turn them real. So I want you to go back into your own mind and make some self-reflection. Every time you have a premonition, is it a true premonition which is based upon your inner space, which is allowing for intuition to emerge, or you are actually turning it real by gathering more and more information and substantiating and concretizing the idea and then making it real for yourself? Look within.